The week of OBF1 racing. This week we are at the famous Silverstone circuit in Great Britain. As we're loading up all the drivers and trying to get everything situated, I'll currently go over last week's results and the updated driver standings. Alright. So, last week we were at Canada, and we had Liebert win. Started from pole, led pretty much the whole race, and won. Mitch came in second, and then Little Jim wrapping out the podium in third. Alright. We'll go take a look at the driver standings after Canada. Little Jim is still out in the lead with 154, but Mitch closed the gap just a little bit with that second place finish last week. Now only trailing Little Jim by 21 points, so hey, one good race by him and one bad race by Little Jim. Those two can swap very easily. And then DPR Chris Mute is in third, also in the Alpine. Do not believe he raced at Canada last week. I think he was out last week, so unfortunately that left the room open for Jim and Mitch to open the gap a little bit. And then Marcus is in fourth, only 7 points behind DPR Chris Mute with 85. Liebert, who joined the league late, is on a mad charge up the standings, who gained another position after that win last week in Canada. He's in fifth, rounding out the top five with 68. Only 2 points behind, though, is FTHKRC in sixth. Lazy but Talented is in seventh with 41. And then James with 41 points or 37 points is in 8th. SAFC Fudge 32 points in 9th, and El Shakal 30 points wrapping out the top 10. Let's go ahead and get our YouTube link and get it into currently it looks like we're going to have a pretty small grid today for the Tier 1. We were hoping to hopefully get more of the Tier 2 to hop in, but it doesn't seem like many are. Lovely Silverstone circuit is known for its famous corners, Maggots and Beckett's. Often imitated at different tracks but never duplicated. I'm pretty sure Circuit of the Americas tried to make a couple corners like that. A few tracks have tried to duplicate the famous corners, but it's a very technical track, and some of the high speed corners, and then you got the end of Sector 3, which is more of a low speed techno. Cool. You got 2 DRS straights, one in the end of Sector 1 and the other at the end of Sector 2 going into Sector 3. Those are going to be your 2 main overtaking spots, unless you just have a good run or someone makes a mistake, but it all depends. Yeah, you got the Hanger Straight and coming down Brooksland, so yeah. Excuse me guys, I've been under the weather the last couple days, so if you hear me clearing my throat and all that, it's just trying to get over this illness I've had. Alright, so now we got Tier 1, get ready and up. Very small grid today, unfortunately, but doesn't mean that we won't have good racing. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a wet qualifying. I'm not sure if those will be on intermediates or full wets. Unfortunately, as spectator, you cannot see the weather report. So when the first cars start to come out, we'll know what kind of tires we're looking at, and then maybe if I could get one of these Tier 1 drivers that are listening to maybe send a message in the Discord to let me know what the race forecast looks like. Map up. We'll go ahead and ride along short Marcus since he is the first car out right now. We'll ride on board in the TV pod just so we can get a good layout view of Silverstone. Tops here, and then Maggots and Beckett's into Chapel. This is turns 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, very tough and technical corners. And you got your second DRS zone here, but with the rain out, obviously not able to activate it. Right here, down in the Vale. Coming out of 12. We'll get a full ride on here. Beckett. He gets a good turn. Looks like it's a pretty decent first lap for Marcus, but obviously times will get faster once the racing line starts to dry out a little bit. Oh, he gets a little further there. That's a beautiful save. Good ride along to see the full layout. So he comes across with a 136.5. Decent. And Liebert with a 136.0 right behind Marcus. And we got DPR Chris Mute out right now as well. Looks like he's just trying to warm up the tires. Mr. Reese is on a hot lap. Take a look at him, see what he does here as he enters Sector 3. Coming through turn 17. Oh, no. I'm guessing that's pronounced Yair. I'm not quite sure. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But he's currently sitting in second with a 136.4. Lazy but talented set his first lap time of the day with a 137.5. Find who we can ride on board with. Okay, Mr. Reese must be. Yeah, he's still in a hot lap, I'm guessing. He was just harvesting earlier. As he comes across the start-finish line here with a 137.9. Okay, we'll ride on FTH KRC because looks like he just went purple in Sector 1, if I've seen that correctly. Let's see, is this coming across the finish line? Okay, he's starting his hot lap. So we'll take a go back to FTHKRC and see how his lap's going. Pretty sure Little Jim just went around in Sector 1, so I'm not sure if he has any damage. But he'll have to... unfortunately, FTHKRC, who was on a beautiful lap, I think he was purple in Sector 1 and 2, just got on the power a little too early and lost it. Marcus is out. Right on board with Mitch right now. He seems to be on a hot lap with Little Jim directly behind him. Racing line started to dry up, but it's not completely dry. Everybody's still out on intermediates. Possibly going to be on intermediates the entire qualifying. Don't know if it'll dry up enough to try to get out there on softs. Mitch coming across the finish line here with a 138.0. DPR Chris Mute with a 136.1 currently puts him on the front row with Liebert, who's still on provisional pole as it stands. Okay, Liebert's back out. DPR just put in a lap. Right on board with Yair. Oh, Short Marcus with a 135.8, who puts him on the front row currently. Yeah, Air was up on his Sector 2. Time definitely looks better. Come across half a second better. That puts him on the front row with Marcus now. Pushing Liebert back to third with a 135.961. Very good lap. And they're only going to get faster as that racing line continues to dry up. We'll ride on with Liebert right now. He's out on a hot lap. Only up by 12 thousandths from his first time. A little bobble there, but he's still up. It does get him back on the front row, but not above Marcus. With a 135.945, he did have a little bobble there on the end of Sector 3 near the start-finish line. Not sure how much that may have cost him. We're right on board with DPR Chris Mute. Not sure if there's going to be an approved time because he's already a second down from his original time. Oh, Lazy but Talented is the second up from his original time, so we'll ride aboard him right now. And Ferrari sporting the new livery for Monza this week, which they had updated into the game as well, as you can see right there on that beautiful Ferrari. Well, I say beautiful, that's debatable for some people, depending on who you're a fan of. And there goes Liebert again, with a 135.5, putting himself back on provisional pole. He continues to impress halfway on there. It's going into the pits. Sector 3 right now, see if he can improve on, well, he hasn't even set a time yet, so. And he goes with a 136.367, that puts him in 6th currently at the moment. As the rain continues to fall, racing line isn't quite drying up as fast as these drivers may have liked, so cars are starting to get out to possibly get their last hot lap in. As we ride aboard Little Jim, who was up a 10th through Sector 2 from his original time. Oh, he slowed down heavy. Not sure what that was about. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, we got Liebert, who is about 2/10 up from his original time. He is currently already sitting on the original pole. Liebert again improving on his time with a 135.295. Okay, we got. Okay, he's starting Lazy but Talented. He's starting his hot lap now. Here also, he's starting his hot lap. Short Marcus is coming around to get one more hot lap in. Let's see if any of these guys are on one. Yeah, they're all spacing out, getting ready to do their final lap. Okay. DPR Christmas, who is on his final lap of the day right here. See if he can improve on his time. As it stands, he'd be starting on row 3 in 5th place. He comes across with a 136, 136. Did improve slightly, but did not improve his position. He still has the opportunity to get one more lap in if he can. But yeah. With the ERS he has, yeah, he possibly can get another time in. Lazy but talented also. Okay, he's coming across start-finish line with a 135.786, puts him in 2nd place as it stands. That puts him on the front row. See if anybody can knock him off or not. Oh. We got Short Marcus, who's currently in 3rd place after Lazy but Talented knocked him off the front row. See if he can improve on his time as he comes across the start-finish line here. And he does with the 135.596. He does get back on the front row. Mr. Reese in the pits. Right aboard DPR Christmas as he comes through sector 3 here. See if he can improve. He does improve with a 135.8, puts him in 4th on the 2nd row. That wraps up a wet quali from Silverstone. Hopefully we'll have a dry race. So on the front row we got Liebert in pole in the Alfa Romeo with the 135.294. Short Marcus in 2nd in the Williams with the 135.596. Rounding out your top 3 for quali, Lazy but Talented in the Ferrari with a 135.786. 4th we got DPR Chrisamute in the Alpine with a 135.849. 5th place we got Yair 083 in the Red Bull with a 135.9. 6th we got Little Jim in the Alpha Tauri. 7th Mitch in the Alpine. 8th FTH KRC in the Mercedes. And rounding out your top 9, Mr. Reese in the Haas. Alright. And then just in case any of y'all missed it earlier, I'll re-go over the driver standings while we get the formation lap in. Okay. And then currently, ooh, a wet race as well, boys. Wet race as well, okay. Little Jim is in 1st in our driver standings with 154 points in the Alpha Tauri. Mitch is in 2nd with 133 in the Alpine, only 21 points behind him. And then DPR Chrisamute with 93 in the other Alpine, which he was out last week for Canada. So Mitch and Little Jim had an opportunity to widen their lead over him a little bit, but 4th is Short Marcus with 85 in the Williams, and then
here we go then.
Liebert
the formation lap is
the Alfa Romeo,
These are wet conditions
joined
here
late,
today.
but on a surge towards the top is already in 5th with 68
they prepare
points.
to race around the track.
6th we have FTH KRC 81 in the Mercedes with 66 points, only 2 points behind Liebert. So a lot of ground to be gained in between these middle cars here. So we got Lazy but Talented in 7th with 41 points in the other
points of today's race, with final communications being done with their race
SAFC Fudge with 32 points in the other Alfa Romeo. El Shakal in 10th with the Mercedes. Marshall with 23 points in Alpha Tauri. Mr. Reese 18 points in the Haas. And then Antonis 16 points in the Red Bull. 14 points for Corey in the Aston Martin, and then the rest are reserves mostly. Alright. Got our 5 red lights. And here we go. Looks like the Alpha Tauri got a good start. He dives to the inside of the Alpine in the back. Liebert got a good start on the front row. He is already almost has a second lead over Marcus by the second turn. Lazy but Talented fell off a little bit early. Yair moved up. Oh, looks like we have contact. I seen a front wing damaged. Not sure who it was off of. We got the Red Bull and the Williams battling for second right now. Okay, Marcus was able to go out in front and hold off Yair. And Little Jim and Mitch are battling back in the back right now. Some very tight racing from the back of the pack at the moment. Looks like Yair had a little slip up. Lazy but Talented was able to get around him. Got Little Jim right on the back of him. It looks like all 9 drivers are on full wets, yes. Unfortunately, I cannot see the full weather forecast. I'm not sure if it's supposed to dry up by the end of the race or not. Liebert is off and running early. Already has the second lead over Short Marcus. And then Short Marcus has a second lead over Lazy but Talented. But from 4 down to 7, they are all separated by just a couple seconds. Or, sorry, a few tenths. Yair and the Red Bull. Oh, he gets a little loose there, gets sideways, but does save it. But that is going to cost him a little bit, as that drops him. The Alpine of Mitch there, trying to battle for 6th, 5th, and 6th. right on board the Alpine with Mitch and see if he can get this overtake on Yair. We'll go back up to the front here. His short Marcus has been able to close that gap a little bit on Liebert. He now has it under a second. Little Jim is starting to close up on the Ferrari as well, see if he can make an overtake on him. Looks like they're coming through the top. Now they're back at Jim. See if we can get a good run out of him. Oh, and Lady Talented get a little on the grass, had a little bit of a bobble. Little Jim's making a run onto the outside, or inside, or the inside. They're going wheel to wheel. Oh, Lady Talented was able to hold them off for the time being. Here getting a little squirrely there in front of Mitch. We got 4 drivers battling real tight here now. THKRC must have had an incident. Oh, and Yair goes around. I believe that's who it was. Or was it? Oh, I missed it. I couldn't tell. Maybe Yair and Little Jim had contact because both of them had dropped. I was just mentioning that FTHKRC had had the pit, possibly had damage, wing damage, and maybe had to replace it. And then Mr. Reese has the first time penalty of the day with a 3 second. Very easy to do here, kind of like Canada. A lot of high speed, fast corners that you can easily just get a little too much of and cut. Currently, your top three is unchanged from the start of the race, but Mitch up 3 positions into 4th right now. Who's your biggest mover at the moment? You got DPR Chris, who's lost a position from the start. Little Jim has not moved from his spot, and you got Yair down 2 spots. Yair is proven to be fast. He's had the fastest lap, I'm pretty sure already, and then just a couple bobbles that cost him some time. Right now, he's right on the back of Little Jim, possibly trying to make an overtake. Short Marcus is now back under a second of your leader, Liebert. Seems like every time, though, Marcus is able to get in with striking distance, Liebert manages to widen the gap again. Take a look at Mitch here as he's closing up on the back of Lazy but Talented in the Ferrari. Managed to save some of that battery for when he needs to try to make an overtake. Williams of Short Marcus is right on the back of Liebert. See if he can keep the pressure on him, get him to make a mistake. It doesn't look like this rain is letting up any at the moment. The 3 guys here in the back, the 5th, 6th, and 7th are battling. Yair picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's gonna hurt at the moment. Mitch makes a move on Lazy but Talented. Looks like Lazy but Talented got a little bit of the grass there. I'm not sure if Mitch didn't give him enough room or he was just playing it safe and didn't want to make contact. Either way, Mitch was able to make it around and get into 3rd place. See if Lazy but Talented can push back for that position. Gets into the wall back there. Doesn't look like he took any damage, but it definitely cost him some time. And as Little Jim gets around DPR, Chris Mute. an incident in the back of sector 2 there. Looks like Yair possibly went around again. It allowed Mr. Reese to get around him. Short Marcus is right on the back of Liebert again, within under a half a second. Can he make the overtake? He has plenty of battery, but so does Liebert, so Liebert can use that up when he needs to defend. Here gets a second time penalty, but this one's a 5 seconds for speeding into the pits. And he went ahead and retired in the race. Marcus is using his battery, but does not have enough to get around him. He looks to the inside of Liebert, but Liebert closes the door. This is a fun battle to watch up front. Right on board coming through Maggots and Beckett. Liebert gets through a little bit better. So Marcus has a decent run out of it. He's back on the battery. Closes the gap. Just not enough. Tries from the inside, still has it. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there. Very good side-by-side racing between these two. Marcus looks to the inside again. Got little Jim closing up to the back of the Ferrari. And lazy but talented. See if he can make an overtake here. Okay, both of them have battery, plenty of battery for attacking and defending. Oh, little Jim runs wide, gets into the grass. That lost him about a second of time there. Short Marcus is into the pits on lap 11. Wondering if he's going to go to the intermediates or if he's going to stay out on the full wets. Okay, yeah, we got a little Jim also in the pits here, so we'll see what they go with. Take a look. No, they do stay on the full wets. Okay, yeah. So that allows Liebert to get a little bit of breathing room because he's had Marcus breathing down his neck there. no real close battles at the moment now that they've pitted, so we'll just ride aboard with Liebert. Liebert locks him up going into the pits, but he was able to get it under the speed time. Mitch is also in the pits now. Lazy but Talented following him. DVR Christmas stayed out. Now we'll have to see when Marcus comes out compared to Liebert. KRC gets a time limit. And there comes Liebert out, and Marcus is right on the back of him. And then we got DPR Christian, who has not pitted, directly in front of him. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Reese. And then the traffic of the Haas in front of them too. Okay, he lets them around. We'll say with that traffic, that could just... Oh, we have an incident. Alright, I think he's retiring. FTHKRC is retiring in the pits. Unfortunate though, guys. I mean, as long as you finish, it's points with only 9 on the grid. So why not take the points while they're there? Something must have happened to Liebert. I missed it, unfortunately, but Liebert dropped off by about 2 seconds on Marcus. Not sure if that was contact or he just got a little loose in the wet conditions. What I was saying was the traffic that possibly could have been slowing Liebert and Marcus up was only better for Mitch and Little Jim, who were, you know, quite a few seconds behind before the pits. Liebert was able to make it around Mr. Reese there. Oh, as I say that, Mr. Reese goes round, makes contact with the wall, does have damage on his wing. but no safety car or virtual safety car from that. And with the F1 rules, in wet conditions at the start of the race, you do not have to pit, so DPR Christian may possibly try to stay out and run all 26 laps on the full wet tires. You have all the drivers behind you on fresher tires, but they still have 12 seconds to have to make up in 11 laps. So, strategy could be very effective. Only time will tell. Across the fastest time of the day with a 1:42.5. We got Mr. Reese diving into the pits to fix that wing damage he had on the incident earlier in the lap. We'll do a little bit of lap tracking between Chris Mute and Marcus next time across. See how much he's gaining per lap and if he'll be able to catch him in the time remaining. Unfortunately, I was not able to find my pen. Alright. Okay, we got Liebert closing up in a second. A short Marcus here, which them two have been battling pretty much from the time the 5 red lights went out. Okay, I did not see it also. Liebert had a 3-second time penalty, so that could come back to hurt him, because then now he has to get in front of Marcus and gain 3 seconds, which at no point in between these races has been two cars been more than 2 seconds apart. We'll take a look at their times as they come across the finish line here. A 1:44.8 for DPR, Chris and 1:44.8. And Marcus with a 1:43.6. So 1.2 seconds on that lap. And then we got 8 laps to go, so it'll be very, very close if he continues to gain over a second a lap, because they're 8.6 apart. So a second of the lap would put him right there, a battle for first at the end. So it all depends on if Marcus can hang on to that pace, and if DPR Christamute has any more pace to push himself. Look at these times one more time and see if he's... So 1:45.2 that time around. 1:45.2. 1:43.9. So 1.3 on that lap. According to those times, yeah. So he's slowly reeling them in. But the more these two battle behind them, the better it is for DPR Christamute out in the front. Liebert is using that battery up to try to push everything he's got to get around Short Marcus. Short Marcus is making that Williams as wide as it can right now. As wide as it can be. Allowing Mitch to close up to the back of him as well. And that 3-second time penalty can mean everything. Because Little Jim is only 3.2 behind Mitch, so if he keeps pushing, he may be able to get within that 3 seconds of Liebert. See what these times say on this lap. A 1:45.3. So they are pushing. They're gaining. 1:43.7. So 1.6 that lap. This will be coming down to the wire between DPR Christamute, Short Marcus, and Liebert. Mitch, who's trying to make it interesting as well back there. This rain has not let up since lap 1. It is qualifying was wet, the race has been wet. Makes for some tough racing for these guys. We'll go ahead and take a look at positions gained. See how it's been so far for everybody. If it ends how it stands right now, DPR Christamute is up 3 positions from his starting spot. Short Marcus started on the front row and has not moved from his position. Liebert, who was on pole, has dropped 2 spots. Mitch is up 3 spots. Little Jim has only moved up 1. Lazy but Talented has fell to 3 spots, and then Mr. Reese is up 2 spots from his starting position. Marcus is saving as much of that batter as he can for defending. He's still got 50% just in case Liebert tries to make a push. They are within 4 seconds of DPR. Chris Mute right in front of them. Them fresher tires have proven to pay off. But they still have to make the overtake as well. And the DPR, Chris Mute is saving all of that battery. He has 100% to defend when he needs it. I know his race engineer has to be in his ear screaming, push, push, push. Oh, and DPR Chris Mute does dive into the pits. Lap 20. I could be wrong, but I did think under full wet conditions you did not have to pit, so not sure if he was doing that because he thought he had to, or if he just thought strategy-wise that would be best for him. Liebert goes round. Liebert has spun. Not sure what happened there. That allows Lazy but Talented to get around him and up into 4th. Now it's a battle between Marcus and Mitch for 1st. Not sure if Mitch has enough to get up there and battle Marcus or not. Right aboard Liebert, see if he can get a position back from Lazy but Talented after his spin. Oh, Liebert goes around again, unfortunately. 4 laps left. Pretty much wraps up his race. See if Mitch can close the gap on short Marcus or not. He's got plenty of battery to see if he can. Marcus has 50% of his battery left as well, though. Looks like Liebert's out of the race. Not sure if I think he went into the pits and retired. Unfortunate, but I don't see the point when, you know, you only have 3 more laps for points, but that'll allow Mr. Reese to gain another position and DPR Chris Mute as well. Mitch is pushing to try to gain on him. Oh, lazy but talented with a 3-second time penalty. Got 2 laps to go. Can Mitch close the gap on Short Marcus? Or can Short Marcus send him off and bring home a win for Williams? Just got it under a second. He's going into Mags and Beckett. Oh, and Mr. Reese. The spun. We got him coming up on traffic, hopefully. Beautiful race to the finish here. Mitch is using all his batteries he can. Oh, looks like Marcus ran a little wide there. Can he? He's closing up to the back of him under 2 tenths. Got 65% of battery left. He might as well burn it all up. No point in taking it to the finish line. Marcus looks like he got the better run as long as he can complete 3 more clean corners. I think Marcus will be able to bring this one home for the Williams. And your 2022 Tier 1 OBF1 Silverstone winner, Short Marcus. Mitch in second place. And Little Jim rounds out your podium in the AlphaTauri. Very beautiful racing, very beautiful racing. Thought we were going to have a dash to the finish line there almost. Mitch was close to getting up past him. When Marcus had one little bobble there, just wasn't enough for him to get around. And then we got Mr. Reese. Last one out, still on track. I think he's just having a little bit of fun with it, trying to spin as it comes across. Alright, so your final race results were Short Marcus and the Alpine in first. In the Williams. Short Marcus and the Williams brings home first. Mitch and the Alpine comes in second. Will Jim in third in the AlphaTauri. In fourth place in the Ferrari, Lazy but Talented. The other Alpine driver, DPR, Chris Mute, comes in fifth. And the last finisher, sixth place, Mr. Reese in the Haas. Liebert, who ended up retiring on lap 24, had a great race going and some good battles. He just unfortunately had a late spin that pretty much cost him a battle for first. What could have been between him, Marcus, and Mitch there at the end. And then DPR Chris Mute with the late pit stop. What could have been if he didn't pit between the four of them. It could have been a really close battle to the finish. And if anybody does know and they can comment for me, just make sure I have the rules right though there, that you, in full wet conditions you do not have to make a pit stop, correct? But between really all 9 drivers that were out on track, you know, there was a lot of good pace between them all. Yair, who was, you know, the first to retire on track, unfortunately, just the wet conditions hurt him. He had a very fast car, and the Red Bull just spun a couple times and okay. And then DPR Chris Mute just messaged in and let me know that yes, he didn't. You don't have to pit under full wets. He was on 85% tires and couldn't risk it to go any longer. So, and if he was at 85% with 5 laps to go when he pitted, there was probably no way he could make it. So, very understandable. Unfortunately, as a spectator, you can't see your tire percentages. That'd be something that'd be nice if they could add for spectators, is to see the weather forecast, and then for them to be able to see tire percentages. I feel like that would really add another element for someone commentating. But for another great week of Tier 1 racing, next week we have Austria, and hopefully we'll have a good week then. Till next week, I'll see you guys later.